Hello, my name is Matthew Marvin. I also go by ThePokerGypsy. I finally got some time stable in one place, and I'm going to do something that I normally don't do. I'm going to study poker. Listen, I've tried in the past. It just doesn't grab my attention. So what we're going to do, I'm going to film myself sitting down and watching these poker tutorial videos. They're poker lessons and they're free online. Look, obviously I've been playing for a while, so I'm just going to skip past the beginner courses. I'm going to go to Google. I'm going to type in advanced poker training. We're going to see what pops up. That's what we're going to start studying. Either I'm going to learn something or I'm not going to learn anything. 90% chance I'm going to be bored most of the way through. So I do not mean to hurt anybody's business by doing this. This is not a shot at the content creators. This is not a shot at other professionals. However, I will go on record to say this is a promo stunt. 100%. I'm not going to deny that. I'm going to be picking the popular videos with the most views. I'm going to put that video title and the person or people who made it as a title of my video. That's going to help me generate views. So, on the other side of the camera, yes, fellow poker professionals, you could say that I am using your name and your network to grow my fan base. But there's two things I'm missing right now in my poker career. One, there's nobody in my inbox trying to help me with my poker career, except for like Stake Kings. I don't want to do that. We'll talk about my feelings on staking in another video. Number two, I don't have anybody in my inbox trying to challenge me on a recorded platform. Except for John Orlando over there at Action Junkies. That game's gotta happen. It'll happen one day. I promise you guys, out of love and respect. It's going down though. So this is going to solve multiple problems at once. Hopefully these videos can improve the poker world in some way. From the aspect that poker training videos are just boring. Seriously, if I need help falling asleep at night, I watch poker training videos. Alright guys, well I got the camera set up. We're going to try to knock out another one, real quick like. It's only 8 minutes long. This was called The Advanced Poker Strategy Worth Millions. Let's see.
Hey kids, up here. Hope you're doing well today. I'm in beautiful Clearwater, Florida. And the reason I'm showing you this is...
We're just going to leave Grant Cardone in the video, just because he's been on Action Junkies.
Little locations right here, like this one down.
What's up guys, today I'm going to teach you the advanced poker strategy worth millions. Let's jump right into it. Alright, so what is the advanced poker strategy that I wish I had learned when I was just starting out poker, which would have helped me make millions a lot faster? This is the advanced flop floating strategy that I finally figured out later on in my poker career, and I'm going to explain it all to you in today's video, step by step, which includes several hand history examples to help illustrate this all better for you. Alright, so before we get started here, let's just define what the flop is and what floating the flop is. The flop, for those of you guys who are just starting out in the game, is the first betting round, the first post-flop betting round, I should say, when there's 3 community cards in the middle. And so floating in this situation is when you are in position, meaning that you are last to act, somebody has made a bet, and we are going to call now in order to take the pot away on later streets, either the turn or river. And that is very, very crucial because we're going to talk about that in a sec. We need to always understand, guys.
$1 million, really.
The entire point of a flop float is to take away the pot later on in the hand. This is where a lot of people get tripped up. But anyways, let's jump right into today's hand history example. So a tag, tight and aggressive player raises in middle position. We're going to assume this is like a 6-max cash game with 100 big blind starting stack. And we have a nice suited connector, 9-8 of diamonds on the button. So what should we be doing in a spot like this? Well, I would say typically I'd just be calling in a spot like this. You know, when this tag player raises in middle position, you know, this is a tight player, so they're going to have a reasonably wide range here. They're going to be playing a lot of strong ace hands like ace king, ace queen, ace jack, maybe ace 10 suited.
Okay, I'm confused here because he said he would call in this situation, but what's my whole cards? Never mind. All right, guys, I'm a little confused here. So we have 9-8 of diamonds. The flop comes 10-10-5 rainbow. Someone bets and we call? For what? Like, what are we hoping for? Are we hoping for a 6-7? Even if you get 2 more diamonds and hit a flush, you still only got a 9 high flush. What else are you waiting on? Jack Queen to hit a straight? Oh, what if they got pocket fives and already got a boat? What if they got a set and they upgrade to a full house? Really doesn't matter what we hit then, does it? So I don't think we're even getting odds to be calling here in this situation with this hand. So this is why I can't watch poker training videos.
You have a bunch of broadways like a king, queen, king, jack, and probably a bunch of pocket pairs as well. So a fairly strong range. They're not screwing around. So, you know, if we were to 3-bet light here, we don't have a great hand, so it would be what we call it.
All right. Now it does say the turn comes a 7, right? But let's calculate how many times that 7 is actually going to come, or a card related to our hand. As I said before, we didn't get odds. Okay, we didn't get odds to call on the flop. So if you take this advice, you're gonna lose in the long run.
A light 3-bet. I'm not sure if there's like
this scenario already is a very rare situation. You can sit around and wait for these situations if you want to.
Huge amount of value to be gained by doing that. I think we're on the button here. We have direct position on this player after the flop. It's a great spot to just flat call and go see a cheap flop. Also, if you guys have read any of my books, especially my latest one, the Microstakes Playbook, you'll know that I use a dynamic pre-flop strategy. So I'm often looking in this situation for who is seated to the left of me in the blinds. This is extremely important, guys. If there's a recreational player in particular sitting in the blinds, this is a spot where you definitely want to be just flat calling instead of raising, because you want to allow them to get in the hand. Remember, we're on the button, so we're going to...
At least he gives some opponent info. I'll give him that.
have direct position after the flop on anybody in the blinds who decides to play as well. I should mention I don't normally fold this hand pre-flop here. I think that we need to be playing some hands if we want to win at poker, and folding pre-flop is not how we win, so we do indeed call. Let's go to the flop. Flop comes down with a 10-10-5 rainbow. When I say rainbow, I mean 3 different suits, spades, hearts, and diamonds on this flop here. So the tag makes his continuation bet. Continuation bet is just them continuing on with their aggression now on the flop, and we have a decision to make. I think that we should be flat calling, aka floating here, the vast majority of the time. Now, a mistake that a lot of people make here is just folding straight away here right now. After all, I mean, a lot of people look at this board and say, wow, 10-10-5. I mean, we don't have anything. We've got 9 high. Why would we call here or do anything else?
Okay. Touche, sir. You got me on this one.
Before I move further, I should say that I do also discount raising here. I don't think raising is actually a very good strategy on this board because we're not really representing anything, and I think smart player is just going to, read us like a book there and call a raise. But I do think that folding is a bad play also because we actually do have a lot of hidden equity on this board.
I disagree. He just said it himself. 10-10-5, you have nothing. Where's the hidden equity at? Let's keep watching. See if he explains.
Videos before on the channel here talking about this, how to read board textures like this better. For example, on this board here, we have a backdoor flush draw. If it came diamond on the turn and river, we would make a diamond flush. Also, we have a backdoor straight draw here. If it came, for example, with a 7 and a jack on the turn and river, we would also make a straight here.
And when you do, your opponent has flopped a full house or had a set and upgraded to a full house. Still lose.
Also, we have 2 live cards, 9 and an 8. Guys, we need to always remember with a tight and aggressive player like this, they're going to be betting the flop here with many hands that actually did not connect with this board. For example, ace-king, ace-queen, ace-jack. So therefore,
and he can have it because at this point, I've got 9 high.
are behind those hands right now, our two cards, 9 and 8, are live. What I mean when I say live is that if we were to catch one of those cards on the turn or river, it would make us the best hand in the situation because our opponent just has ace high. So for all these
Yeah, that's stupid. That's dumb. Stupid theory.
reasons, we decide to float the flop here, and let's go to the turn. Turn comes with a 7 of spades. Not a bad card for us. So the tag player checks, and what should we be doing in this situation? Well, guys, this is the whole point of a flop floating strategy. We should absolutely be betting on this board here to take the pot away. This is one of the most profitable plays that I've used in recent years, as I also talked about in my latest book, the Microstakes Playbook. This play works amazingly well, especially in small stakes games.
Unless your opponent has a boat and is checked, and he's trying to trap you, or she. See, me, from my perspective, if I flop the boat, I would check here, right? And you just bet into me, just gonna make some money.
Turn, if they have, again, a hand like ace king or ace queen, they'll often wave the white flag here, check. We can just make a small bet and take it down. There's two other things to note here. Number one, we have plenty of equity. We just picked up an open-ended straight draw. Hopefully you guys noticed this on the turn here. We can now catch any 6 or jack on the river in order to make the best hand. We also likely still have live outs with our 9 or an 8. And the other thing is they're probably just going to fold most of the time when we make our bet here. And remember, like we said off the top, guys, the entire point of a flop floating strategy is that when they check to us on the turn, we're going to take a stab at it. We're not going to just check behind here because they've literally opened up the door for us here. They've given up control of the pot, and we want to take it back here now. Again, that's the entire point of a flop floating strategy where a lot of people get confused. Now let's shift gears here because a lot of people will say to me though, Nathan, what do you do though when they bet the turn? So let's talk about that right now as well. All right, so sometimes, they're going to bet the turn, of course. That's called a double barrel. So what should we be doing in a spot like that? Should we just give up? Remember, we don't actually have anything right now. We've still only got 9 high. No, we should call in this spot because we can also use a double floating strategy again.
Okay, he said if they bet the turn, he should call. And you're steady drawing dead with 9 high, okay? Am I getting odds to call? What's pot odds right now?
And something I've talked about in these videos and in all of my books as well. Once again, we have lots of equity on this board, guys. We can catch any 6 or jack on the river to make a straight.
Yes, you can, but there's also a pair on the board, which means it's a possibility for a full house. Now, one big leak in my game, when I was an amateur, was drawing the hands and hitting hands, and I was still behind.
We also likely have 2 live cards with a 9 and 8 because we need to remember that a lot of tags these days will double barrel with a hand like ace king, ace queen, ace jack on boards like this because they know it's difficult for us to have hit this board. Could also be barreling here with 2 spades and so on and so forth. We expect an aggressive player here to be barreling the turn with a lot of hands that are not paired currently. Now, the beautiful thing is that most players these days will not throw in the triple barrel bluff. If they still don't have anything on the river, for example, the river comes with a 3 of clubs, most of the time with their ace king, their ace queen, ace jack, hands like that, they're just going to check. They're finally going to give up now.
I wonder if this guy's ever played in Texas.
And again, we can make a small bet and take it down. We're going to bluff at the pot. Assuming we don't hit one of our gin cards on the river, our 6, our jack, our 9 or 8, we are going to bluff at this board if they check to us on the river. So what you guys can hopefully see here is that we are creating with this strategy ways for us to take this pot away, to use the power of position in poker at all stages of the hand. That is why this strategy is so unbelievably effective, honestly, in small stakes, mid stakes, high stakes, whether you play cash games or tournaments. So if you guys found this video helpful, like and subscribe. Also grab a copy of my free poker cheat.
Okay, first of all, You can't bluff everybody. Second of all, you can know exactly what your opponent has. Doesn't mean you can make them fold the hand.
That'll be the top link in the description below. Thanks all for watching, guys. I will catch you next week.
That book better be free. Because if I paid for that book and I followed the strategies and I lost money, oh, I'd be livid. Definitely not worth millions. All right, this one was actually pretty sad. Almost makes me want to cry, unless there's another Nathan Williams. But I know I don't have the credentials to challenge Nathan Williams in the poker strategy. There's just too many holes of this strategy for this particular situation that I can exploit. Unrealistic. I know for a fact from experience that strategy is not worth $1 million. And I just can't trust it.